we have to go back to the adjusted trial balance. From the adjusted trial balance, we prepare our closing entries. As usual, we put the name of the business, we bold it, and we capitalize it. So the name of the business is JC Men's Wear Shop. And then we're doing the closing entries. And then the date. And then for the two, we format the cells. The number, the separator. Okay. Then on this two cells, we center it. Then we bold the text and we underline. So here we say debit, credit. Okay, for letter A, for letter A, we close the income accounts first. So what is the amount? The amount is 37.5. And then you can reduce it in plus. Okay. Okay. Then to B, we close the expense account. Starting salaries. Expense. Insurance. Expense. So what is to close? If it's a debit, we credit. If it's a credit, we debit. That's how you close an account. So to get the total of this, you say equals sum what cells? Cells from F11 to F20. Close parenthesis. Oops. Sum do not choose the number. I used I. 2993. Okay. Now you close the difference. You close this income summary account. So what is the difference? So you have to debit the income summary account because credit is bigger. So credit is 3745. So credit is 3745. Debit is 2993. So that means you need additional debit, which is what? You can do it here. 2993. So it should be equals 3, the bigger amount, 3745 minus 2993. Okay. Then you close it to 1, 2, 3. You close it to capital. J, capital. 752. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. To close income summary. D, you close the drawing account. So drawing is a debit, so when you close it, you credit. So 1, 2, 3, J, drawing, credit, 500, and then you debit capital. Then you add again some again equals some E6 E6 to E28 close parenthesis. So then you copy this, you just drag it from here, and then you double line because debit balance. Okay. Then we go back to our previous worksheet. We're done with the closing entries, closing journal entries. So we go back to our, our worksheet with the adjusted trial balance. Then we continue. We add the columns for the closing entries. So we just copy this, we copy this, we copy this, copy, leave a space, space, and then this is closing entries. And then this is for the letters of the postings of the entries. I mean, so you center this, and then you and then you center this, the entries, and then you bold. Okay, now our closing entries. So how do we do that? Our letter A is A is debit 3745, and then credit income summary, credit income summary 3745. Okay, now we have to format the cells, number, the separator, no, and then this is A. This is A. Now, if you notice that there are more than 2 entries for the income summary, so we click on row 24, click right on the mouse, and then choose insert. That means we're inserting another row. Then you just drag it, it's a copy. Okay, now so we go to posting letter B to income summary. Letter B here is debit 2993 income summary, and then salaries is letter B. From salaries down to is letter B. So B is there's already B debit, so we have to do a B credit. 150, 50, 250, 100, 800, 1000, 135. So Then we post letter C. I think we just copy this, copy the formula, and copy. So that at least we know if we already balance. 600. We're missing something. See, 500, 150, 50, 250, 100, 800, 1000, 845. So now that we have a running total which is correct. Then we go to letter C. We close the income summary account. Letter C. Letter C. Which letter C? Letter C. Letter C. 752. And then the capital account is 752. And then we close the drawing account. Close the drawing account. Close the drawing account. So we credit it. B 500 B, and then we debit B. So the total is 7992, which is exactly the total of our closing entry. So that means we're fine. Okay? Then we compute to our post-closing trial balance. So our post-closing TV, we copy this, copy, post-closing, post, we just correct it. And then so, like what we did with our, just like what we did with our adjusting entries. Paling ko po ini. I am recording here in and then so if it is a debit balance from adjusted trial, so we equal debit. Oh, you don't have to compute even for the top portion, the balance sheet accounts. You don't have to compute. You just copy. So if you want to copy, you just copy this, debit to debit, just copy this. Balance sheet accounts, remember? If there's no movement, then you just copy. Copy, paste. Debit to debit, credit to credit. Now we cannot copy the adjusted trial balance for capital because there's movement. So capital is a credit balance, so we start here. Then we have to plus the credit 8,000 minus debit 500 plus 752 minus here 8252. Now this one here, if you want to subtract it or add it, see, in the adjusted trial, it is a debit balance, so it's minus. It's a debit balance, then minus credit balance, 0. Income summary is debit plus debit minus credit. And there's still another debit. So plus debit. So you have 0 for income summary. In this one, there's all zeros, right? Because debit minus credit equals. Okay. Credit minus debit. Okay. So now we add this. Copy the formula. So 0.55. So we double line because it balances. Now we have to prepare. We're done. So now we continue to preparation of income statement and balance sheet. First, you do the income statement, the amounts, the balances of the income statements. In my instructions, I said that you copy the adjusted trial balances of all the income and expense accounts. Now, what are so we call this income statement. We copy this. So So we have that. So we copy from the, if you want to go to see what accounts, you can go there, move it there, so that we can see the exact amounts from the adjusted trial balance, so we don't get confused. So it copy exactly the amounts in the from the adjusted trial balances. We can still copy this. We can still copy this formula. But we cannot double line because see, the debit is less than the credit. So we cannot double line. So we go back up here when you choose no border. So there's no border, then hit line and choose bottom border. Okay, so that means if it doesn't balance, so what are we supposed to do? So that means the difference, if the credit is bigger than the debit, then this must be a net profit. Because, so how much is the difference? You add, you can add this by doing that. Choose the sum, and then this one also. Sum. So now your debit and credit balance, so you can double line. So you can use the top and double bottom border. See? Isn't this what you closed also here in the closing entries, 752? You closed it to the capital account. Remember? You closed it to the capital account, this one. You credited capital, that means you increased capital by 752. That means it's a net profit. Okay? Now, we go, so we balance, so that means we agree with the post-closing trial balance. And then so now we go to the balance sheet. We merge and center, we bold, and we underline. So it's balance sheet. Then we copy this. So, like I said, there's only for the income statement will you copy the balances from the adjusted trial balance. But for the balance sheet, you have to copy exactly the amounts in from the post-closing trial. Okay, the balance sheet accounts. Copy, paste. Sorry. Copy. You have to do this paste special because then you choose just the values, the amounts. See. So that it will not copy the formula. Just the formula. Then here, copy, paste special. Okay. Have you seen the chat box on the side? There is a in the screen. You can see the meeting details. Aside from the phone post, and on the upper part, though, you can click chat with everyone. Click the upper part. There's a chat everyone. Click that one. Then on that, then you can see the link in the bottom. You can see the link at the bottom. At the bottom. Next to chicken, I don't know. Have you clicked the? See, should be exactly as the same. There is on the upper part, though. And then from here, so you balance. So you balance here because when you close the account, when you do the closing entries, you only close the income statement accounts. So what remains in the post-closing trial balance are the balance sheet accounts. So when you do your balance sheet columns, then debits and credits, it should match the total from the post-closing trial balance. Okay? Now from here, then we prepare the income statement and the balance sheet according to the accounting format. Okay? That's easy, right? Okay, we're done. Just point out your cursor and click the link. I saw Jennifer Man. You have to go that. Yeah, you have to scroll down at the bottom down. Scroll down your cursor. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll paste it again, Doka, so that you can check it again. Okay, I'll paste it again, though, for a while. Yeah. Okay, so okay, Doc.